The first thing Avery noticed as she stepped off the bus was the unsettling silence. It was her first day at Ravenwood High, and she had already heard the rumors. Stories of how the school had been built over an old cemetery, strange disappearances, and chilling whispers in the hallways. But rumors were just that, stories to scare the new kids. At least, that's what she told herself. The school building loomed ahead, a relic from another century, its stone facade weathered and ominous. The air was thick and cold. Avery wrapped her coat tighter around her and hurried inside. The interior of Ravenwood was just as foreboding as the outside. The walls were adorned with old portraits whose eyes seemed to follow her every move. She forced herself to focus on finding her first class. The halls were eerily empty, and her footsteps echoed unsettlingly. She reached room 113 and pushed the door open. The classroom was dimly lit, and a cold draft blew through the room. The teacher, Ms. Blackwood, stood at the front, her presence ethereal and almost unsettling. Her face was pale, and her eyes seemed distant, as if looking into another world. Avery managed an awkward hello before taking her seat. The students around her were unusually quiet, their faces pallid and their movements lethargic. As the lesson began, Avery felt a creeping sensation at the back of her neck, as though she was being watched. Her eyes darted around, but nothing appeared out of the ordinary. Then it happened. The student next to her let out a low, guttural moan. Avery turned to see his eyes clouded over, skin turning a sickly gray. One by one, students began to change, their humanity slipping away. Panic set in as they let out monstrous growls, rising from their seats with jerky, unnatural movements. Avery bolted from her desk, heart pounding. She raced down the hallway, the sound of shuffling feet growing louder behind her. She needed to find a way out. Frantically, she pulled on a door marked exit, only to find it locked. Her mind raced. How could this be happening? She had to find help. Bursting into the library, she slammed the door behind her. The room was vast, filled with ancient books and old wooden furniture. She hid behind a large bookshelf, trying to still her breath. The door creaked open, and the zombies shuffled in, their groans echoing through the room. Holding her breath, Avery scanned the area for a weapon, anything she could use to defend herself. Her eyes landed on an old candlestick. She gripped it tightly and prepared to fight for her life. But just as the zombies closed in, a loud bell rang. The zombies stopped, their heads turning toward the sound. Confused, Avery didn't move. They groaned and shuffled out of the library, leaving her bewildered and gasping for air. Outside, the regular sounds of a school day resumed, but Avery knew that she had only scratched the surface of Ravenwood's dark secret. She vowed to uncover the truth behind Zombie School and survive whatever horrors lurked in its shadowy halls.